In the prologue of Cyberpunk 2077, Dexter Dishon asks us a philosophic question.
One more thing, Miss V. Quiet life or blaze of glory?
Well, after betraying us, he says he chooses a quiet life. He's obviously lying. He organized, found a team, and created a plan for one of the most daring heists this city has seen. He wants to be a legend until his head is on the line. But no matter how we answer this question in the game, our fate is sealed, as is Dexter's. Night City is not the place for a quiet life. The world of Cyberpunk is ruled by mega corporations. Everyone hates them, but everyone wants to work for them.
Rise through the ranks. My son at Arasaka Tower, top floor. I can just see it.
Corpo means money, power, and the only way to get out of the slums. Disastrous inequality in wealth distribution makes corporations the only actual power in Night City, allowing them to do whatever they want, including waging multiple wars between each other. Inhumane working conditions cause people to literally die at their workplaces. And constant infighting and scheming leads to countless people thrown out like a used battery. Stripped of money, stripped of implants, and all the dignity they have left. When they have left nothing to lose, some people try to return to a normal life, usually full of misery and despair. But there are people who have some self-respect left in them, and they decide to fight back and either climb the top or die trying. This is how Edgerunners are born. The game allows us to choose 3 different backstories for V and experience this transformation through a different starting points. But it doesn't matter how you start. Would it be a street rat, a nomad with no clan, or an Arasaka counterintelligence officer? You end up on a path of big risk and big reward, trying to get to the major leagues or die trying.
Guess dying's a small price to pay for going down in history.
I live like a legend first though, huh? Death. It's nothing but the final flourish.
You never know if you're the one. What is the difference between this kid Julio from Edgerunners episode 7 and David? Cause there's probably none. Same story of living in poverty, watching BDs where the cool guys chrome to teeth take everyone out, and dreaming to become one themselves. And what is the difference between V and Jackie? We even share some of the backstory with Jackie. But one gets to be alive, and the other is put into a brain copy machine.
Hermano! Finally! Mama told me things come to those who wait. Some are even good.
Those who make so much as a wrong step end up grinded by the corpo machine or chewed by the criminal world. Not being persistent enough and trusting the wrong people can make you dig your own grave. If you walk this path and make it to the top, you will lose many, if not all of your friends and partners. The amount of personal responsibility and heavy trauma that you will put yourself through will change you beyond recognition. That is, of course, if you live to see the changes.
Hear that? Make a sick sample. Bra-ba, bra-ba. Cool.
Where are you going? I know.
Now you have everything you wanted. Money, a nice apartment, fast car, and a credit for what you have achieved. You'll live to see how all of your sacrifices, all the risks you took, were worth it. So what will you do now? Now you have become so big, you've made yourself a target. Corpos, everyday mercs like yourself, gangs, anyone else who wants to take your place of glory. And what will you do if the only thing you're good at is shooting people and stealing stuff? You go on your last gig. If you haven't failed to get to the top, that only means that you haven't failed yet. The only legend that had stayed on top for long enough is Rogue, and after being reminded of the ones she had lost, she can't help but accept her last gig from Johnny.
I remember you, cunt.
You can't stay on top forever. Your failure is inevitable. At the beginning, quiet life sounds like a boring life. You think you're special, destined to achieve great things and conquer the major leagues. Only after losing so many and seeing the true price of being on top can you consider settling down. You see the game as an unending cycle of violence it is, that repeats itself on, and that happiness is not a product of ambition.
All great, Pan Am. We're going home.
There are no happy endings in Night City. The city itself represents a hamster wheel, where if you reach the top, you will eventually hit the ground the hardest. While you make your way on top, you affect the lives of people around you, even strangers that get caught up in the crossfire, and essentially create more pain, poverty, and misery around yourself. The very same things that have led you to your path. While for now, our world is not as deep in this as Cyberpunk's, hundreds of millions of people are the real world Edgerunners. With a growing inequality in wealth distribution comes a sky-high crime rate, and more people who not only try to survive but to get on top and secure a better future for their children. The only thing is, the price is their own life.
And he said if we had more money, then Mom could also be at Arasaka instead of in heaven. And then we could go and see her together every day.
Honey, I'm sorry.